In the heart of Utah, beneath the snow-capped peaks of Mount Timpanogos and along the winding Provo River, lies a ranch that reflects the soul of Robert Redford. This land is more than real estate. It is the sanctuary of a Hollywood legend who, after conquering the silver screen, chose nature as his truest stage. Today, we'll step into Redford's iconic Utah retreat and the properties tied to his extraordinary journey. But first, let's revisit the remarkable career that made him one of cinema's most enduring icons. Robert Redford's rise to stardom didn't begin in Hollywood, but on the stage. In 1963, he earned his breakthrough on Broadway in Neil Simon's romantic comedy, Barefoot in the Park. His charm and sharp comedic timing quickly caught Hollywood's attention, setting the stage for a career that would reshape American cinema. By the late 1960s, Redford had made the leap to film. But it was Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, 1969, that forever sealed his place in movie history. Playing the charismatic outlaw Sundance alongside Paul Newman, Redford became a household name. Just a few years later, the duo reunited for The Sting, 1973, a stylish caper that won the Academy Award for Best Picture and confirmed Redford's standing as one of Hollywood's leading men. Throughout the 1970s, he proved he was more than a matinee idol. His role as journalist Bob Woodward in All the President's Men, 1976, showcased his dramatic depth, immortalizing the Watergate investigation on screen and reinforcing his reputation as an actor who blended entertainment with substance. Yet Redford wasn't content to remain in front of the camera. In 1980, he directed Ordinary People, a deeply moving family drama that earned him the Academy Award for Best Director, an extraordinary achievement for someone already celebrated as an actor. From that moment, Redford became recognized as a storyteller in every sense of the word. The following decades only deepened his influence. From the sweeping romance of Out of Africa, 1985, to the poetic imagery of A River Runs Through It, 1992, which he directed, Redford consistently balanced artistry with mainstream appeal. His work not only entertained but inspired, leaving an indelible mark on American film. In recognition of his contributions, Redford has received the National Medal of Arts, an Academy Award for Lifetime Achievement, and the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the nation's highest civilian honor. Beyond his personal achievements, he shaped the future of cinema itself through the creation of the Sundance Institute and the Sundance Film Festival, nurturing generations of independent filmmakers. Spanning more than 6 decades, Redford's career embodies both stardom and artistry. And yet, for all the accolades and glamour, his truest reflection is not found on a red carpet or behind a camera, but in the quiet solitude of his Utah ranch. Nestled at the base of 12,000-foot Mount Timpanogos, Redford's ranch is a retreat where fame gives way to simplicity. Spread across 30 acres, it may seem modest by celebrity standards, but every detail radiates authenticity. At its center stands the main house, a 460-square-foot home that has endured for over a century. Instead of replacing it, Redford restored it, blending rustic charm with subtle modern comforts. With just 2 bedrooms, it remains a humble reminder of his desire for simplicity over excess. Inside, the living room's stone fireplace anchors the space with timeless warmth, while the kitchen honors farmhouse tradition with marble countertops and thoughtful updates. It isn't flashy, but it is deeply inviting. Surrounding the home are hobby houses, personal sanctuaries within the sanctuary. The most notable is the 200-square-foot woodshop where Redford often aped into his craft, shaping creations by hand in the same way he shaped stories on screen. This is Robert Redford's true masterpiece. Not a film, not a performance, but a life built at the intersection of art, nature, and authenticity. In his woodshop, a sprawling 200-square-foot haven, Redford immersed himself in carpentry, a craft that allowed his hands to shape something tangible, far from the artifice of film sets. Nearby, the garden house, stretching across nearly 2,000 square feet, became a place for cultivating not only plants, but ideas and quiet reflection. These spaces symbolize Redford's lifelong devotion to creativity. Whether through cinema, design, or working the land itself, he has always found expression in building and shaping. Step beyond the hobby houses, and the ranch reveals its deeper beauty. Barns and horse pastures anchor the land in the rugged traditions of the American West. Horses roam freely across open fields, embodying the same spirit of independence that Redford so often portrayed on screen. From almost every vantage point, the towering silhouette of Mount Timpanogos dominates the horizon, a constant reminder of nature's grandeur. Nearby, the Provo River winds its way across the valley, while Deer Creek Reservoir glimmers in the distance, completing a landscape alive with water, wildlife, and seasonal wonder. This is not a ranch measured in square footage or luxury amenities. It is felt in the small details: the creak of old wood beneath your feet, the scent of pine carried on mountain air, the hush of wind weaving through aspens, and the distant cry of a hawk overhead. The place is both timeless and intentional. Where others might have built sprawling mansions to impress, Redford chose restraint. He could have raised palaces, yet instead, he built a life. For Robert Redford, this land isn't just a residence, it is belonging. It embodies his values: respect for history, devotion to family, and harmony with the natural world. Long before sustainability became a cultural catchphrase, Redford lived it here, quietly, deliberately, and without spectacle. Still, his story stretches far beyond the Utah mountains. Away from the rustic charm of his ranch, Redford and his wife, Sybil Sagers, also embraced a very different retreat, a coastal haven in Tiburon, California. In 2020, after more than a year of searching, the couple purchased a home in Tiburon for $3.1 million. At just over 2,200 square feet, the four-bedroom residence may seem modest by celebrity standards, yet in the Bay Area, where ocean views are coveted, it is nothing short of remarkable. Nestled on a quiet cul-de-sac overlooking Keel Bay and Angel Island, the home is cradled by the rhythms of the sea. Here, seabirds replace city noise, waves roll in with a steady cadence, and the ocean breeze seems to slow time itself. For two people who spent decades surrounded by mountains, this retreat offers a strikingly different calm, one shaped by horizon, water, and light. The outdoor spaces reveal the home's soul. A wide deck and sunlit garden face south and east, inviting the first light of dawn until midday. Redford and Sybil enhance the terraces and greenery, creating a seamless flow between indoors and out. It is here they spend quiet mornings together, tending plants or simply watching as the fog drifts away from the bay. Inside, the design balances coastal ease with mid-century modern touches. Expansive windows flood the rooms with sunlight, while earthy tones echo the natural palette outside. The family room serves as a hub for connection, while practical comforts, like a two-car garage and landscaped front garden, blend into the lifestyle of understated elegance. Nothing is ostentatious. Everything is intentional. The house is designed not to overwhelm, but to frame its greatest asset, the view. Unlike the wide open solitude of Utah, Tiburon offers intimacy. Its magic lies not in size, but in closeness, to the sea, to stillness, to a gentler pace of life. It is not a monument to wealth, but a sanctuary chosen with care, reflecting a new stage in Redford's life, one where privacy, nature, and simplicity are the true luxuries. Yet even this does not tell the whole story. For Redford's deep ties to land and tradition extend beyond Utah's mountains and California's coast. In the heart of Napa Valley, another property speaks to his love for artistry and nature. His St. Helena estate, purchased in 2004 for several $1 million, the Napa property sits on 10 acres of pristine vineyard country. Here, amidst rolling hills and golden vines, Redford found another extension of his philosophy, where art, wine, and nature converge. The home itself spans 5,200 square feet, designed with 3 bedrooms that manage to be both luxurious and grounded in simplicity. More than just a residence, it is a place where rustic elegance meets creative spirit, echoing the same balance that has defined his life's work. Built in 1983, the St. Helena estate was designed to embrace its hillside perch, offering sweeping views of Napa's emerald valleys and golden vineyards. Unlike so many celebrity retreats, it does not flaunt excess. Instead, it whispers of craftsmanship, taste, and quiet reverence for the land. Inside, rustic charm meets understated luxury. A spacious living room anchored by a stone fireplace feels both grand and welcoming, while the adjoining kitchen and dining area invite long evenings of conversation and connection. A formal dining room offers space for hosting, while a cozy family room provides intimacy. Redford's study reflects his love for reading and quiet reflection. The crown jewel of the home is the master suite, where floor-to-ceiling windows frame breathtaking vineyard vistas. From here, mornings begin with the valley's fresh breezes, and evenings end with sunsets that paint the hills in liquid gold. A private terrace extends the experience outdoors, while the adjoining spa bath offers indulgence in harmony with nature. Beyond the home itself, the estate's outdoor spaces deepen its sense of serenity. A pool, cabana, and hot tub invite leisure, while a vegetable garden and private trails connect daily life to the rhythms of the land. Scattered across the property are purposeful additions: a private art studio, detached garage and shed, plus a workshop for more practical pursuits. Every element feels intentional, designed to enrich rather than overwhelm. What makes the St. Helena retreat extraordinary is the way it reflects Redford himself. Sophisticated, yet unpretentious. Elegant, but never ostentatious. It is a place where artistry and authenticity converge, echoing the balance he has carried throughout his career and life. But how do these remarkable estates, and the life behind them, translate into the fortune Robert Redford has built? Income and net worth. Today, Robert Redford's net worth is estimated at around $200 million, a fortune not born from fleeting endorsements or reckless spending, but from decades of meaningful work in acting, directing, and cultural entrepreneurship. His acting career laid the foundation. Early salaries were modest, but by the late 1960s he had become one of Hollywood's most bankable stars. For Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, 1969, Redford earned $750,000, equivalent to over $6.5 million today. By the 2000s, his star power remained strong, with films like The Last Castle, 2001, earning him an $11 million paycheck. Combined with box office hits such as The Sting, All the President's Men, and Out of Africa, Redford rose to become one of the wealthiest actors of his generation. Unlike many who fade when the spotlight dims, Redford thrived behind the camera. His directorial debut, Ordinary People, 1980, not only earned him the Academy Award for Best Director, but also delivered solid box office returns. Later successes such as A River Runs Through It, 1992, and Quiz Show, 1994, further proved his ability to create films that were both critically acclaimed and financially successful. Directing and producing gave Redford access to back-end profits, ensuring revenue streams far beyond upfront salaries. Perhaps his most lasting cultural and financial achievement, however, is the Sundance Institute and Film Festival. Founded in the early 1980s, what began as a modest gathering for indie filmmakers in Utah has become the world's premier stage for independent cinema. Today, Sundance attracts major sponsors, generates millions in ticket sales, and brings global attention to Park City. Though never conceived as a personal cash machine, the festival nonetheless strengthened Redford's financial base while securing his legacy as the patron of independent film. What makes his fortune unique is not its size, but its philosophy. Redford has never chased gaudy displays of celebrity wealth. No fleets of supercars, no palatial estates built to impress. His wealth reflects restraint, purpose, and a deep alignment with his values. Philanthropy, And perhaps the truest measure of Redford's success is not what he owns, but what he gives. In 1981, he founded the Sundance Institute, a non-profit dedicated to nurturing independent filmmakers. What started as a small program in the Utah mountains grew into a global platform, giving thousands of storytellers a voice that Hollywood might have overlooked. For Redford, it was never just about film. It was about democratizing art, breaking Hollywood's monopoly, and elevating diverse perspectives. Beyond film, Redford has long used his resources to champion environmental causes, protect public lands, and advocate for justice. His philanthropy, like his ranch, has always been quiet and intentional. Never for spectacle, always for substance. In 2005, alongside his son James, Robert Redford co-founded the Redford Center, an organization dedicated to producing films and media projects focused on environmental issues. From climate change to conservation, the center has worked to pair powerful storytelling with urgent causes, sparking awareness and action. Even after James's passing in 2020, the Redford Center continues to honor his vision, a lasting testament to the family's deep commitment to the environment. Beyond his own foundation, Redford has supported a wide range of organizations that mirror his values, from the Natural Resources Defense Council, NRDC, and Greenpeace to the Save the Wild Horse campaign. His philanthropy has consistently centered on protecting ecosystems and wildlife. His reach extends into education and equality as well, most notably through his support of the Jackie Robinson Foundation, which provides scholarships to students of color and helps cultivate the next generation of leaders. Redford has also been a steadfast advocate for Native American rights, LGBT rights, and the arts, using his influence to shine light on causes that often struggle for visibility. Unlike many celebrities, his activism is not episodic or headline-driven. It is consistent, deeply personal, and grounded in values rather than vanity. Whether through festivals, campaigns, or social justice initiatives, Redford's giving has always been purposeful. Personal life. To truly understand the man behind the legend, one must look beyond the films and the festivals to the life he built away from the spotlight. On August 9, 1958, at just 21 years old, Redford married Lola Van Wagenen in Las Vegas, followed by a family reception a month later at her grandmother's home. Together they raised 4 children, though not without heartbreak. Their first son, Scott Anthony Redford, born September 1, 1959, tragically died just 3 months later from sudden infant death syndrome. Their daughter, Shauna Jean, born in 1960, went on to become a painter. Their second son, David James Redford, born in 1962, followed in his father's footsteps as a documentary filmmaker and activist before passing away in 2020. Their youngest, Amy Hart Redford, born in 1970, pursued her own path as an actress and director. The loss of Scott left a lasting mark on Redford and Lola's marriage. While they remained a strong unit for years, the pressures of fame, tragedy, and diverging paths eventually took their toll. Their separation remained largely private, and even their divorce was shrouded in ambiguity for decades. By 1982, reports suggested they had been apart for years, and by 1991, publications noted it was unclear if their divorce had been legally finalized. Still, both moved forward with their lives, anchored by family and personal pursuits. In the mid-1990s, Redford found love again with Sibylle Zaggers, a German-born environmental artist. Their shared passion for nature, art, and sustainability created a bond that only deepened over time. By 1996, Sibylle had moved into his home in Sundance, Utah, and after more than a decade together, they married on July 11, 2009, in a quiet ceremony at the Louis C. Jacob Hotel in Hamburg, Germany. Unlike the turbulence of his early marriage, his partnership with Sibylle has been marked by creativity, stability, and mutual respect. Even in the face of profound personal loss, such as the death of his son James in 2020 after a long battle with liver disease, Redford has carried his grief quietly, channeling it into meaningful action through the Redford Center and other causes close to his heart. Family for him has never been a matter of publicity. It has been about strength, continuity, and finding peace in those closest to him. From the bright lights of Broadway to the cinematic triumphs of Hollywood, and finally to the quiet meadows of his Utah ranch, Robert Redford has always lived on his own terms. Guided by family, by nature, and by a devotion to art, his legacy transcends awards and box office numbers. It lives in spaces like Sundance, which gave a platform to countless new voices. Robert Redford is not only a legendary actor and director, he is a cultural guardian. A man whose choices have shaped cinema, championed the environment, and opened doors for future generations of artists. If you'd like to continue exploring the lives of Hollywood legends and the lifestyles behind the spotlight, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Because every house, every story, is a chapter of history worth remembering.